today's video. My name is Hannah Grace Fletcher. If you're new here, I am an aspiring writer, currently working on my very first book, Project AOS. It is a YA religious fantasy. It's a science fiction novel. It has themes of found family. It has a chosen trio. It deals with trauma, grief, all of those things. There are biblically accurate angels. I'm like trying to give you guys a spill. It's a journey book if you're interested. But anyway, this is my first writing vlog in a while. Like a solid minute, and I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I have been dreading this. And I don't say that to be like, oh, I hate this, but I'm a little bit scared because vlogging has become a bit of a difficult thing for me. Even my other vlogs that I filmed after my break, they weren't writing vlogs. It wasn't like I had to associate my writing with filming in a way, but now it's kind of like the focus of the video. So this video, just right off the bat, this is not going to be a perfect video. We are not striving for perfection here at all. If that is why you're here, like, go ahead and click off, because you are not going to get what you want. Like, you are not going to get what you want. I just have to tell myself, film things that you think are beautiful. Like, if you see something and you're like, oh, that's pretty, I'm going to film that. That's what I'm going to do, because I feel like that brings the creativity back into it, and it just brings the passion back into it. Instead of me looking for like perfect shots, I want to look for like beautiful shots, like shots that I think aren't perfect or a little bit messy but are still nice. And so I'm really excited. We have a lot of things for today. I got all my schoolwork done during the week, and I have just writing on the radar today. So we are going to go on a long walk this morning. I'm so excited. Yes, I'm wearing a sweater. Yes, it's like gonna be 60-70 degrees outside. Listen, I need sweater season. Like, at this point, I'm just being delusional and telling myself that it's cold outside, because you know, you can do the mental thing. You can be like, yeah, it's cold outside, I need to wear a sweater, even if it's hot. Like, just convince yourself that it's cold, and then it'll be okay. We're going to go to a park, we're gonna go to a coffee shop, write for hopefully like a really long time. I really want to get about 3 chapters done today, which sounds crazy. It actually sounds mildly insane because of how much time I spend on chapters, but I think that I can do it. I think that I can really focus in and do it, because I want to finish this book at least by the end of the year, and in order to do that, I really need to get on this. I really need to grind it out. I know that my like original deadline is completely out the window. I'm not even making a new one. I kind of talked about this in my last video about how deadlines can be a little stressful and they can actually harm creativity. So I'm not trying to make a deadline. I'm going for 3 chapters. Even if I just get 1 chapter done today, I'll be happy, because that means I'm 1 chapter closer to finishing this book. We are currently on chapter 18. I had already gone past chapter 18. I went back, did a full reread, because I found an egregious, like, terrible error in my writing, and like it made me go insane and like be like, I have to sweep through this entire book again and make sure that everything's right, because I don't know, no one has ever read this book from start to finish except me, and when it gets into the hands of like beta readers and people that are going to critique it, I think it's very justified and like okay for me to feel a little bit scared of that, a little bit worried. So I just want to make sure it's the best it can be. But we are going to go back to chapter 18. I think I'm going to switch a few things around. It shouldn't be that hard. I was thinking about switching POV, but I don't know. At the very least, I need to switch character positions. Like, something is happening to one character that I think would be a lot more memorable if it was happening to a different character, like if they were switching places in like this action scene in a way. So I think I want to write it differently. After that, we're going to go to 19. 19 is the bane of my existence. We have a lot to figure out character placement wise and how they're trying to solve this problem that they have. They have run out of food. And in the place that they are in, this is not a good thing, because they cannot just get food. And that was the thing that I really wanted to do in this book, is I wanted there to be an occasion where they like ran out of supplies, because I feel like way too often when you have journey books, it's way too easy for the team to like find supplies sometimes. Like, they just always have them, even if their like journey is extended or something. And so I was like, I really want to get to the point where like they need food, or they're literally gonna die. I don't know if that's too dark. This is a YA book, but I wanted it to be really realistic. So we are going to try to get that locked in. I may just cut what I just said out in case that's spoilers. Hopefully you guys will forget by the time this book comes out, because it'll probably take like another 2 years, because that's how trad works. Chapter 20, maybe we can get to past the next location of the book. I don't know. All I know is that I have so many ideas flooding in my brain. I have so many other projects that I just want to work on and that I'm getting so excited about. The most hectic morning ever. Actually, it's not really been that hectic. I literally just had to put oil in my car, did not have oil, had to go buy oil, put it in my car. Then I got locked out of my car when I got to the park. And I've never done that before, but I took my key off my keychain so I could just walk with the key. And then I locked the door and locked myself out of my car. So I had to call a locksmith, so I just walked around while I was waiting for them to come. So it really wasn't that bad. So it's been hectic, but honestly it could have been so much worse, and like everything was just like small inconveniences. So I'm honestly so excited to go get to writing. I really hope you guys are enjoying the quality of this video. I had Charlie Ray Writes. I will tag her down below. I texted her because I was like, my video quality, I just feel like it's not great. I'm using a Sony ZV-E10. Like, I'm using a good camera, but the quality's not great, and she gave me the best tips. I've had like the smooth skin like filter thing on. It has been ruining my shots. I turned it off. I feel like it looks so much better, at least from what I can tell. I'm just so excited. I'm glad you guys are here. It's just going to be a really good like fall day. I didn't really mention that in the beginning, that I really wanted to do fall things today. I want to go to Trader Joe's and buy a bunch of fall stuff. I want to buy flowers. This is kind of just almost a self-care day, but my self-care days, I like being productive. So it's like self-care, but it's like doing a lot. Like, I'm doing a lot of things that I love. I'm just actually like indulging in like the things that I want to do, like go to the park. It was so fun, even though I was a little bit stressed. It was so nice. I wish I could have gone earlier because I'm so hot in this sweater, but honestly it is so worth it because I love the sweater. I don't know if you guys do this, but I set aside outfits to wear later, and I set aside this sweater and I was like, this is my Saturday outfit. Like, this is my favorite sweater that I bought because I went thrifting last weekend, and I was like, I need to save it for like my favorite day because I'm going to be doing a bunch of stuff I love. But we are going to go to a coffee shop. It is a new one. I haven't been there before. I've heard great things. I know that they have good food, which is good because I literally ate pasta for breakfast because I was like, I'm going to be out. If I go to a coffee shop, they're going to have breakfast food. So I like switched my meals. But anyways, I am going to go over there, and then I'm going to go to Trader Joe's, then I'm going to go home, and that's going to be my day. But I'm going to try to write a lot at the coffee shop, and we'll see what happens. But it is getting so hot in my car. I didn't want to turn it on for the audio's sake. But yeah, I will see you guys at the coffee shop. the camera quality. I think this shot is a little bit backlit, but it's okay. We have made it to Trader Joe's, so we are going to be getting all of the fall stuff. But I kind of wanted to give you guys a wrap up on how the writing session went. It went very good. I figured out chapter 18. The thing is, I always go into things and I'm like, I have to make these big major changes, and then I read it and I think about it for like days, and then I end up reverting back to a form that is very similar to the original. Like, there are a few small changes to just make it better, but it is very much so very similar to the original, and I've gone back and forth trying to figure. Hey, so I was trying to speak, but I literally got caught off by my camera again because it keeps dying. This is what I get for not charging my camera before I left this morning. But I was trying to say that sometimes I wonder whether I'm just being lazy and reverting back to... Someone just pulled behind me. I was trying to say that sometimes I struggle with figuring out whether my writing is just lazy or I'm actually reverting back to my truer version of the story, because I always feel like I need to change these things developmentally to make them better, and I come up with all these different ideas and then I end up reverting back. Hello. So I just got back from Trader Joe's. I'm sorry that my camera kept dying, you guys. I literally, the lesson of today is that I cannot win, but I wanted to give you guys a little mini haul situation. So I got flowers. They look absolutely beautiful, and I think the colors are actually giving very fall, and honestly they make me so happy, especially the purple, and they make me feel so nostalgic. We also got some tea, some Harvest Blend herbal tea, and I'm very excited to try it. Like, it sounds very good, and I love tea, and I think it'll be good for me to drink something that isn't Earl Grey, which I cannot stand with all the Earl Grey haters out there. I love Earl Grey. I know that it makes me kind of basic, but it's just so good. Like, it's just so classic. But I really wanted to try this. I also got this, which sounds so good. It's apple pie spread, and oh my goodness, it sounds absolutely delicious. I cannot wait to have this like on a piece of toast. It sounds like it's gonna be amazing. And then last but not least, we have autumnal harvest creamy pasta sauce with like pumpkin and butternut squash, and I'm so excited for this because if there's any meal that makes me feel like the cool winter months, it's like soups and pastas. And I had pasta last night and it makes me want to eat pasta more, so I'm excited to have like a creamy pasta sauce that isn't just like tomato sauce. So I'm very excited for that. But anyway, things have been going pretty well. I wanted to talk a little bit about the writing session. I think that everything went well. I started talking about this earlier and I got interrupted. Sometimes I worry that I'm being lazy if I just go back to what the idea originally was in draft 1, but I don't think I am. I think it's good for me to try different things and figure things out and just to know, like, experiment with the draft, but also to recognize that I can fiddle with it for as long as I want, and it's never going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect at draft 2. It's not going to be perfect when it's published. It'll always just be as close as I can get it to the original idea. And honestly, I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to be a little bit messy, so I think I'm just trying to accept that in my brain. But overall, it was really, really good. Like I said, I got through chapter 18, and I did some reviews. I've realized, and I talked about this a little bit of like what I learned during the first season of the Writing Novelties video, that editing isn't really linear. You can't like edit from beginning to end. You have to kind of jump around and like go back and make small tweaks. If you change something, you may need to go back, add something, or twist something, or make something different. Like, I've gone back and forth on so many things to get it to where it is today, and it takes me like jumping back. Like, even on my edit notes for chapter 19 that I'm gonna go into tonight, it literally says go back to chapter 17 and change this, just to make the plot fit more better. And I actually figured out how to fix chapter 19 and the issues I was having with like logistically how they were going to fix this problem. And I think that it adds in what I wanted to add, and it elevates the stakes and makes things make more sense. Like, it doesn't just happen easily while still maintaining to the original idea and what I loved about draft 1. So it was so good. I also read Binti, which that book is a novella. It's pretty short. It's like 90 pages. It's sci-fi. It was so good. Like, it was genuinely just so enthralling. As someone who reads so much for school, I'm reading this for school, but like, as someone who reads a lot for school, probably like 200 pages a week, that may be a bit of a stretch, but I read a lot. I'm taking 4 English classes. It can be very hard for me to get enthralled because I read literally so much, but I think the book did a great job with pacing and world building and just giving the reader just enough info to get enthralled with the story but not overwhelming them. And then the pacing was chef's kiss, so I highly recommend it if you haven't read it. But anyway, my camera has already died once during this clip, so we are gonna go ahead and head out. I'm going to cut the flowers, put them into a vase, and we are gonna get started on chapter 19. And I'm gonna charge my camera while I do that because we cannot keep having these cutoffs. Yesterday. I got so distracted because I ended up watching like 2 episodes of Gilmore Girls because I was so invested. I have never watched Gilmore Girls from start to finish. I've only ever watched like an episode here and there. I don't even think I've gotten past season 1, but I kind of wanted to start watching it again because it's fall and I feel like it gives the best fall vibes and everything. So I really wanted to start watching that. And I did get about a little bit less than halfway. I got up to a scene break in chapter 19 and everything was fixed. And then for the latter half of 19, I'm just a little bit confused about where to go from here because there are conversations that are happening that I kind of added in as placeholders. I mean, there's not really a conversation, it's just this character, they're just trying to go somewhere and they keep trying to have conversations with each other, but one of the characters, Beatrice, that they just met is very closed off and obviously she doesn't want to talk to them. So that's essentially what's happening. They're going somewhere, the action takes place, and they arrive at the next location. That's essentially what's happening in the latter half of chapter 19. But I've gone through this before where I want to brainstorm ways that I can do what I'm doing better, where I can accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish and make things mean more in the story. But this scene is so difficult because it has to happen. Like, all the stuff that is happening has a purpose, but I don't know if there's a way that I could make it more interesting or just a way that I could make it push the characters' relationships onward a little further. It's kind of like a transitionary period and I'm not sure if I need this much transition or if this is justified. So that's kind of the issue. There's one little conversation that I really like that I think serves one of my characters very well, because all of these kids, they're going through a very difficult situation. Like, this is a fantasy book. The things that these kids, well, like fantasy sci-fi, the things that these kids are doing are not things that you think rationally 14-year-old kids would do. Like, and I really want to stress that they are literally kids. And I feel like through this scene that I've been able to craft that, sure, Beatrice is vengeful, she wants revenge, but at the same time, she's literally just a 14-year-old girl. She kind of has this wall that pretends to be maturity in a way. Like, she still is a 14-year-old girl, and I really wanted to make that obvious and clear, because I feel like a big gripe that some people have with fantasy books is that the characters are so young but they don't act young. And I've been going back and forth over my characters' ages for the longest time. When I first wrote this book, they were 11, and then when I went into draft 2, I was talking to my husband about it because he read the first few chapters of the book, and he was like, I really think that these kids should be older in age. And I was like, that does make sense, but I'm still not sure if 14 is the right age. I'm definitely going to be asking beta readers that. The thing is, I was a very mature child. Like, maybe not mature, but like I was dealing, this is me being very open with you guys, like I've been dealing with mental health issues since I was like 9, so I feel like I was thinking very profoundly and thinking about life in a more deeper way from a young age, and I understand that that's not a common occurrence for a lot of people. Like, that is not normal, maybe, but then again, like, my characters have dealt with a lot, so maybe it's justified that they are a little bit more on the mature side, but that's definitely something I need to ask beta readers. I am going to write a little bit more this morning. I'm going to take you guys with me. I'm going to try to finish chapter 19 this afternoon. I'm going to need to switch gears. I need to work on a short story for one of my classes. I need to work on a scene, and I also need to write a little narrative essay. So I'm very excited for both of those two things, but I really want to get a lot of my writing done because Sundays are always super busy for me with church and everything's a little bit hectic. So I want to try to get as much done as possible. But yeah, I'm gonna go work on chapter 19 and kind of brainstorm some new avenues I could work on and kind of just reread what I did yesterday and hopefully finish it this morning before church. And yes, I know I'm literally wearing the same sweater. I believe that sweaters and pants are 2-day wear things. Guys, please, I love this sweater. Please don't come after me. I wanted to wear it again. And I spent the majority of yesterday alone, so I really don't think people are gonna judge me. And even if they did, like, for some reason, I have social anxiety in every other piece of my life with my outfits. I know it's already gotten to a pretty good length, and I also just kind of want to have time with just me and my document this afternoon to write. I'm still not quite done with chapter 19, but I think I'm gonna be able to finish it pretty soon. Sometimes what I find with chapters is I really just need to give them space to ruminate, like off the page. I just need space away from the document for my brain to actually process what to fix. But I have a few ideas to make it more interesting and to kind of push their relationships more forward. It's funny because the very first book that I wrote, I had trouble getting it to be very long. I'm saying that I never finished my first book. I got to about, like, I think it was 35, maybe 30K, like around that level. And at that point, like, it was probably gonna end up being like 45K, and it was a dystopian sci-fi, so like not fit for the genre at all. And I'm gonna go back and revisit that project, but when it comes to writing books, I've always struggled with being an underwriter, even though I'm an overwriter and like everything else. I love to write and I love descriptions and everything. But as I've edited this book, it has gone up in word count, and it is going to be about 100K by the time I'm done, which is absolutely crazy. I just hit 90K, but I'm pretty sure that I've already hit 90K. It's just that occasionally I have to delete stuff and move stuff around, so it's constantly shifting up and down. But it's just crazy to think that this book might actually be too long, and when I query it, it may be a big standing point that I need to bring the word count down, which has never been a problem to me. But it is a YA book. But the thing is, like, there's just so much happening in this book. They are going to so many different places, so much is happening, so many different character arcs are having to be like cohesively acted out at the same time and closed up, and there's so many different like subplots and side plots and everything and side quests, and I just truly love this project. Just getting to spend time with it this weekend has been such a joy. It's just so nice. Sometimes I think it's nice that I don't spend a lot of time, because I feel like it makes me value the time that I get to spend with the project more. Every time I open the document, my heart is healed. I'm reminded of why I'm doing everything I'm doing, why I'm working so hard in all these different facets, and it just reminds me of the goal and the purpose of this. And I know that there is a ton going on right now, at least in America, in my country, and it's just so scary, and I really want you guys to be safe, and I really want you guys to be secure, and I don't want you guys to be hurt or anything, so I'm praying for you guys, especially with everything that's happening. But I want you guys to know that you should be able to speak your mind, you should be able to say what you need to say, and that your story deserves to be heard. I've heard that it's hard for a lot of people to write when there's a lot going on, and it is difficult. But a big push for me in writing this book is that, a big push for me in writing this book is because the world is the way it is, because I want to make a difference, and the strength that I have is, or I'd like to believe I have, is my writing and my ability to tell a story. And this story is, I feel like, really relevant in a lot of the things that are happening right now. It's obviously different. It's sci-fi, it's an alternate reality. This is not the way our world works in any way, shape, or form, but just seeing the way the world is falling apart in some ways, at least in America. And I'm sure other places as well, but I don't want to have the mindset of, I feel like a lot of people who live in their country, and I think this is more prevalent in America because of how big of a thing it is in media, they think that they're like this is the only stuff going on, and like if their life is bad, that like it's bad in general. And I don't know enough, and I should know more about what's going on in the world. But anyway, that is a whole sidetrack. But like, I feel like there's so much going on, and a lot of people are hurting right now. A lot of people are scared, and I just want you guys to be strong, be courageous with your writing. Don't shy away from the story that you feel needs to be told, that you feel needs to be heard. The best thing that you can do sometimes when everything is falling away is just to put pen to paper and to just let those emotions be processed. I don't know why I'm about to cry. Like, I have not cried about anything, but I just want everyone to be safe and everyone to be well, and I know I haven't really talked about it in this vlog. It's kind of been more like I just want to go out and enjoy things and do some things that I'm passionate about, but I want you guys to know that I'm not like trying to put a false pretense or like say that everything's good, because in some sense it is not. But that is why I am writing, because this is what I can do to make the world a better place. This is a place where I have control. This is a place where I can tell this story, and I'm just doing my best to make that happen. Sorry that took such a dark turn, but anyway, everything is going well. I kind of laid down a deadline for how I want the next few weeks to go. I'm gonna try to finish this book in October, guys. I am so crazy. I shouldn't have even said that, because now it's not gonna happen. But I'm gonna shoot for 3 chapters a week. It sounds pretty doable. Though I only got about like 1.5 done this weekend, I am so close to being done with the second one. And I think I can knock out the third one in the next few days and then do 3 more throughout the week and then eventually catch up. But even if I don't, it's okay. I've given myself leeway. Even if I do 3 chapters, if I do 3 chapters a week, I'll get done before the end of October. So I've given myself plenty of room, kind of like take a break. I'm also thinking about potentially not doing build up. Like if I don't hit my 3 chapters for the week, they don't just pile on to the next week. I still do 3 chapters that week. I just now thought of that, and that might actually be a really good idea to like help me not get overwhelmed. Like the workload's already the same, and if I don't hit it, it's fine. And that way I'm still making progress without like getting paralyzed by my deadline. But anyway, I think that I've said all I need to say. Thank you so much for coming along for this vlog. It's been fun to film a writing vlog again, and I think filming this has helped me get back into the headspace. Seeing all the love that you had from my last video really brought me so much joy and really reminded me of the goal of why I really make videos, and that's to impact people and to encourage people. And that video did that, and that makes me so beyond happy. But anyway, it is time for me to end this vlog. It's time for me to stop talking and get ready to go to church, because yeah, I need to go. But thank you guys so much. This is your reminder that you can write that book, you can do that thing, you are strong, you are courageous, and your writing holds power. And I am just so, so grateful for each and every one of you. If you made it to the end of this video, comment down some sort of fall emoji down in the comments. And this is your reminder, I already said that, but this is your reminder that you can write that book. Bye!